next guest is a stop all the whining and pull yourself up by the bootstraps kind of woman. She's a 7-time Essence best-selling author, a poet, Huffington Post blogger, motivational speaker, and manifestation coach. Oh, did I mention she's a Bloomberg Business Week fellow? Oh, we just cut through the chat, and welcome to the show, Miss Tiphani Montgomery. What's going on, Tiphani?
Hey, Clark, I was just say, I hope he does not say that she's a rattler.
No.
I'm so happy to be here. I do that all the time. I can't help myself.
Oh, we love it. No, she's not a rattler, but she could have been a rattler in her former life. Hey, Tiphani, thank you so much for coming out with us. You know, Tiphani, you're about the business, man. I've been checking. There's so much great stuff out about you on your website and blogs, and like they say, just Google Tiphani. I'm really thrilled that you came on the show because you are a no nonsense, stop all the whining and just get it done. But excuses are not one of those things that you're about. Is that pretty safe to say?
That's very safe to say, and I don't like people around me that have any of them.
We're going to play that one more time. She doesn't play the radio. There it is. Hey, Tiphani, why do you think so many folks love to use excuses as a crutch, especially in these days and ages when we really shouldn't be using them?
Yeah, a lot of people aren't afraid. Fear stops people from doing everything they want to do, even if it's the fear of success or the fear of failure. People are afraid to succeed, and people are afraid to not be validated by the people around them. And people are afraid to step out on their own and leave the crowd behind, because essentially that's what it takes to make really big monumental steps in your life, is you have to leave the crowd behind, because people, even your friends or family, don't like to be left behind. They just don't. And so you have that fear of being alone, because when you do accomplish something great, it's normally with naysayers and the people around you criticizing you. You have to be alone. And you just fear not having people around you anymore. And it really just is sum total of all the fears you have, and it really boils down to how bad do you want it.
Amen. She drops the mic and walks into the other room.
Okay.
Mike stops, put, yell, sexual chocolate, and exit stage. Done.
I know, right?
Mike is
now. I was a little nosy, and I read up on your bio, and it seems conventional education was not your thing, but clearly you're no dummy. Now, I've talked to a lot of young people who feel lost around the states, and as if they don't go to college or get a regular job, and I'm doing my little fingers into the quote regular job like society tells us to do, then they are failures. What tools did you know you had, and how were you able to convert those tools, into who you are now?
Yeah, let me give you a short synopsis of what you're talking about, just in case people haven't been to my website, which is TiphaniMontgomery.com, Tiphani. So when I was in elementary school, my teacher told me, I was stupid, essentially. I doodled all the time, and, I thought I was a genius. I watched something on TV, and the main character was a genius, and I thought that was an occupation. So I was like, oh, when I grow up, I want to be a genius. So I would doodle in class, and I couldn't pay attention, and I just had this awful lack of attention. And the teacher pulled me to the side one day and said, Tiphani, you're failing everything. And I was like, no, Miss Lovejoy, can't be. I'm a genius. And she was like, you're not, but we'll find you some help. So my mom took me to the doctor. Yeah, my mom took me to the doctor, and the doctor was like, okay, we have this smart medicine for you. And I was like, I don't really need it because I'm a genius. And they're like, no, but if you take the smart medicine, which was Ritalin, it'll make you smarter. And it really pissed me off as a child. I was like 9, 10 years old. I was pissed. And I ended up going home and giving it to my dog Zeus. He's a Rottweiler, or he's dead now. I didn't kill him, but I gave it to Zeus. And I went on to actually do the work because the problem was I did not know how to do it. I wasn't being taught properly. If you go on to my life, I graduated high school with a 1.7 GPA, and the only reason I did that is because my principal wanted me. out of there. And then I went on to college, and I was a freshman for 3 years straight, and I don't know how because I sat in the front row. And to date, my transcript says 0.0. So clearly, everybody, school was not for me. And what happened was something inside of me, and just I knew I was a genius, and I did not. Something angered me, I'll say that. Something angered me that you had to be smart based off of what society deemed smart was, which was the conventional way of education. Because I was an avid reader, despite the fact that I did not get good grades in school. And I self-taught myself everything that I learned. And I knew more than my friends and my peers. I knew more than them, and they came to me for advice, and they came to me for things of that nature. And I was like, okay, well, everybody is wrong. I am a genius, despite what everybody's saying. And so, essentially, what it boiled down to is I had everybody around me doubting me. I had everybody around me saying, hey, you should be a nurse's aide, you should be a teacher's aide. And I was like, but I don't like sick people, and I don't like kids. Clearly, those occupations aren't for me. So I had to kind of just take my own route, stand alone and say, okay, Tiphani, this is who you are. College is not for you, but you are a teacher, and you're an avid reader, and all you need to do is be an avid reader. I opened up every book I could on any subject I wanted to learn. Most of the subjects I studied were psychology and behavior because I wanted to know why the people in my family were so crazy like they were. But that's what excited me, and I realized that I really didn't have ADD, which is attention deficit disorder. I knew that if I really enjoyed doing something, I stuck with it. So I don't have ADD. I was just bored. I figured it out. I'm a reality.